the centre of the Pennines and stretching from west to east in broad valleys are the Dales of Yorkshire. By rail and road the routes converge to the most beautiful countryside in Britain. A breathtaking view of Wharfedale from the top of the Cow and Calf Rocks at Ilkley. On the A65 from Ilkley is Skipton, easily accessible by road, rail or even canal. Market day seems to be every day. Whilst you're here, visit the castle, a main tourist attraction in this ancient market town. Within easy reach of Skipton is Malham Cove. Climb up the hill, leading to the tall mass of the Great Scar limestone, disgorging from its base in the valley below a small tributary of the River Aire. Follow the Pennine Way to Malham Tarn, a large natural lake. Today the area is used as a nature reserve and visitors come from near and far. A large area of the Yorkshire Dales is National Park, and not far from Malham is Goredale Scar. For those who come here, a dark, eerie gorge with overhanging rocks. An ideal camping site within easy reach of Malham. This is one way to see some of the Yorkshire Dales. There may be hazards en route, but these are easily compensated. So why not hire a boat? A few miles from Skipton is Bolton Priory, a well-known beauty spot. It stands on the banks of the River Wharfe. Shallow and warm during the summer, it provides enjoyment for young and old alike. A little further along the road is Barnard Tower, formerly a hunting lodge. It was Lord Henry Clifford who built the present Barnard Tower in the latter part of the 15th century. Situated not far from Burnsall, which is one of the loveliest of English villages. This time of year, you can bathe in the shallow, warm waters of the River Wharfe. Craft shops are very much in evidence. So too is the old grammar school, a Tudor building founded in 1602 by Sir William Craven. And so to Grassington, a centre for tourism, where you can buy that curio that's a little different. From here, you can venture to the Stone Cross Caverns. See the glittering, colourful fairy grotto of stalactites and stalagmites. in Upper Wharfedale, Kettlewell, a centre for exploring the wilder regions of the Yorkshire Dales. Have you seen Kilnsey Crag, an outstanding landmark in this area? Whatever your interest in visiting the Dales, there's something for everyone. To stop by the roadside and admire some of the wildflowers is an experience in itself, both for the botanist or entomologist. See the deer as they clamber over the rocks. Come and canter at leisure over moorland and through the bracken. Visit Pateley Bridge in Nidderdale, a holiday playground and market town since the 14th century. It's from here that you can venture to Loft House, along the large Gouthwaite Reservoir. A bowl thrush may hail you to the village of Ramskill. And so to Loft House and Middlesmore, where you can look out across to Howstein Gorge and Nidderdale and the valley beyond, a splendid sight. For peace and solitude, everyone comes. Yes, even those who are young in heart. And if you're thirsty, stop off at the Watermill restaurant. Not far from Pateley Bridge and overlooking Nidderdale are 50 acres of rough, heather-covered moorland, Brimham Rocks belonging to the National Trust. Fantastic and grotesque shapes, as found nowhere else in the Dales. Pick the wild berries as they grow on the windswept slopes. If you can challenge Everest, come and rock climb amongst these weird and wonderful shapes. No matter where you go in the Dales, life to the people who live there goes on as usual. So watch out for those cows at milking time. Fountains Abbey, once a wilderness, but in 1132 a Cistercian monastery was built here. Today the ruins of the old abbey stands on the banks of the River Skell, amidst park and woodland. Within the grounds is Fountains Hall. Visit the place where Catherine Parr left after her fourth marriage to become the last wife of Henry VIII, Snape Castle. It's not far from Bedale, a quiet market town with shops and hotels to suit everyone. A convenient centre for touring Wensleydale. Jervo Abbey, one of the many fine examples of abbeys built by the Cistercian monks. Real beauty combined with graceful arches. Yes, come and see for yourself. As you travel up the Dale, you come to East Witton, a lovely village with its own individual charm. Why not call in and see Harry at Fingal? Join in the warm, jovial atmosphere of a country pub. Along the banks of the River Ure and clinging to the rocky hillside is Midland. The Nevilles, who came over with William the Conqueror, obtained possession of the castle in the 13th century. Today, Midland is a centre for the training of racehorses. It's here that you can taste the famous Wensleydale cheese. Bolton Castle, a well-preserved stronghold of the Scroops. Go inside and see where Mary Queen of Scots was detained for 6 months after her flight to England in 1568. I might warn you, be careful of the dungeons. Within a few miles of Bolton Castle are Aysgarth Falls, giant broad steps flanked by overhanging woods. Stroll along the picturesque walks which are found on either side of the river. Visit the Horse-Drawn Transport Museum. Why not stop overnight at the Youth Hostel or Hotel? By entry through the Green Dragon pub, you come to Hardrow Scar. Walk behind the waterfall and see the high single-drop waterfall above ground in the country. Within easy reach of Hawes, a centre for cheese-making and fell climbing. Over the hill is Semelwater. As legend has it, a lake made by the curse of an angel disguised as a beggar. A centre for water skiing, and of course, the largest glaciated lake in Yorkshire. Be in Bainbridge when the hornblower blows the forest horn. In years gone by, to guide benighted travellers on the surrounding hills. The cobbled streets of Richmond marks the northern gateway to the Dales, a centre for tourism, dominated by the castle and the legend of King Arthur. This marks the beginning of Swaledale. Have a quick one at the pub in Gunnerside. Before venturing to see the resting places of the old copping stones. In the olden days, men carried the copping stones down from Milker and Keld where they were quarried. Today, some of the prettiest scenery in Swaledale is found here. And this is what the Yorkshire Dales is all about. Streams, rivers and waterfalls. As you go out of Keld, climb high over the Buttertubs, where you'll find deep potholes, which in olden days once served to keep the butter cool, hence the name Buttertubs. On the A65 in Ribblesdale is Settle, a Pennine holiday resort, easily accessible by road and rail from all parts of Britain. A shopping centre and place of antiquity. It's within easy reach of Horton in Ribblesdale, the centre for the 3 peaks of the Yorkshire Dales. Come and climb up Pennygent. There's no need to be scared of the cattle. They are unaffected by the invading tourists, let alone the seagull. Look down the steep valley to Holton Gill. Before journeying to Stainforth, walk over the stepping stones which mark the old Packhorse Trail. High over Horton stands Ingleborough. Join the party and climb up Whernside, guarding the Settle to Carlisle railway. Here you can stop off for a bite to eat. Before venturing to Thornton Force, come and try the 3 mile Falls Walk. On journeying to Teesdale, climb high over the barren, windswept hills. Come and see the old lead mines. Isolated farmsteads brave the onslaught of terrible storms. Signposts are used only by the passing Swaledale sheep. Stop and have a chat with the lonely shepherd. To find a pub in this wilderness is a reward in itself. Tan Hill, the highest pub in England, situated on the Pennine Way. On a fine day, look out across the moor to Winton Fell and Brough in the valley below. Before going to High Force, a spectacular sight not to be missed. See it as it thunders 50 feet down over Windsill. Further up is Cauldron Snout, where the River Tees tumbles over a mass of jagged rocks, like a boiling cataract. Yet no waterfall in England can compare with High Force, before its peaceful, quiet trip through the valley below. Travel along Watling Street to Bowes Castle, constructed by the first Norman Earl of Richmond. Visit Bowes Museum, near Barnard Castle, where you can see some of the finest examples of period furniture, tapestries and paintings. This exquisite altarpiece was painted in 1475. Not far from the A1 is Malham, as anyone will tell you, the home of good beer, and the fake Druid's temple. If you can't come to the Dales in summer, why not come in autumn? Golden heathlands adorn the skyline. Of course, you can always come in winter. Visit the Bronte country and see the Worth Valley Railway. It was here that they filmed The Railway Children. Also, within a few miles of Skipton is Emsey Station, the home of the Yorkshire Dales Railway Society. Ride on Fred as he thunders down the old Midland line. Yes, there's something for everyone here. Come and visit one of the oldest boroughs in England. It received its charter from Alfred the Great, Ripon, with its magnificent cathedral dedicated to St Wilfred. Not far from Ripon is Ripley Castle, where Oliver Cromwell and James I stayed. See the secret hiding places within the walls. Knaresborough, a holiday playground on the River Nid. Visit Knaresborough Zoo. Fancy a game of golf? Why not hire one of these luxury boats? Whilst you're staying in Knaresborough, see Mother Shipton's Cave and Dropping Well. Yes, the Dales of Yorkshire provide something for everyone. Whether you're looking for amusement or grandeur, the Yorkshire Dales has them all.